October 23rd, we've got a new headline for UFC Fight Night. We've got Paulo Costa versus Marvin Vettori. This is an interesting one. Now, I might get some hate for this, and I've had it before when I did an Israel versus Paulo Costa video, and I said Paulo has zero chance to win. I got a lot of stick. I was correct. But I don't rate Paulo Costa that high. I'll explain. Paulo Costa beat Gareth McClellan. Then he beat Bangbozi, right? Some people going, who? Disrespectful. But they're very run-of-the-mill, testy fighters. They were his debut in his second fight. Then he fought Johnny Hendricks. Steroid user. You might go ex-champion, but no. He's been schooled. Since he got that split decision loss to Georges St. Pierre, he was a shadow of his former self. I know he won the belt. Everyone has snatched a win on him. Everybody. I don't rate that win too highly. Not to mention, that was at welterweight. He went up to middleweight. Johnny Hendricks was not a middleweight. He just fought a Godzilla man, basically. He fought a gorilla in Paulo Costa. You know, the size difference was ridiculous. It was basically a beatdown. Then he fought Uriah Hall, and Uriah Hall was jabbing his face off and showed he gets hit a lot. Which is why, from that fight, I knew Israel would school him. He got the win based on pressure, power, sucking up the punches. Credit to him. Okay, cool. It's Uriah Hall. The guy cannot string wins together and keep up momentum enough. He's got all the potential in the world. He just can't put it in the octagon. He then beats Yoel Romero by unanimous decision. Now, that was a wicked fight. I'll give him that. But I also thought he lost the fight. Most people I talk to, especially MMA Twitter, but they all thought Romero won. He got head kicked Romero. That was a significant turning point. But Romero dropped him plenty of times in that fight. It was an absolute war. How you score that unanimous for Paulo Costa, I have no idea. That's just, again, bad judging or, you know, whatever. But he just goes in a firefight. I'm not saying Paulo Costa also is bad. Nowhere near. I'm saying he's not as good as the rankings and what people are making out. Just because he looks like a bodybuilder does not mean he fights like a... You know what I'm saying? He's so overrated, in my opinion, and he's going to get found out when he fights all these people like a Marvin Vettori, like a Darren Till, whatever, Jared Cannonier. When he fights these people, Robert Whittaker, he's missed all these top guys and he just skipped to Israel. I don't get that. Kelvin, I think, would beat him up. You know, Ian Heinisch would out-wrestle him. I've got all these names in my head that I think would be such a problem for Paulo Costa, and Paulo, all he does is try and swing for the fences with a barrage of strikes, explosive power, and that's it. I've not seen him use any other techniques, really. A little bit of ground and game, you know, a little bit of ground game and transitions, and he can hold you there a little bit, but it's not enough. And that's why I'm thinking Vettori in my head. This is just easy win for Vettori. They both have a common factor with them, is they both just lost to Israel Adesanya. Obviously Vettori most recently. It's been a while since Paulo's fought. Vettori was on an absolute tear before that, and Vettori is a complete MMA fighter. He has very good striking. Now, when you line him up against Adesanya, it doesn't look so, but everyone looks a bit poor against Adesanya in the striking department. You know, even Robert Whittaker got found out very quick, and we know how good he is on the feet. You know, other than Darren Till, I don't see anyone kind of like showboating striking against Adesanya. He's always going to have that advantage. You have to get another way to beat him, which was the grappling, which is what Vettori couldn't manage to do. But he's going to do it here. Vettori's path to success is not necessarily to trade with Paulo Costa. If Yoel Romero couldn't knock him out in that time, I don't know if Vettori can. Vettori doesn't have the accuracy or the timing of Adesanya, so I'm leaving Adesanya out of this. I'm leaving it to all the mortals at the moment, as it were, in this division. Vettori can absolutely get him to the mat and drag out a win here. I don't see him finishing Paulo Costa. I really don't. Paulo Costa, I don't see him finishing Vettori. I see this as a decision win, and I see this as a Vettori grinding win. I see it going to be really dirty. It's not going to be a pretty sight. It's going to really frustrate Paulo. Credit to him for taking the fight, because Vettori is dangerous. He's just coming off this, and you know, if Paulo loses back-to-back here and Vettori gets another win back out, Vettori's only one win away from another title shot potentially. That's how it works. You know, if Darren Till beats Derek Brunson and Darren Till wants to go again with Vettori as it was scheduled, and he beats Darren Till, he's getting another title shot. He'll fight Adesanya for a third time. It's no problem at all. He might fight Robert Whittaker, whatever. all the chips are with Vettori. He's really becoming a household name in this division, and it's weird saying that after he's had a title shot again, but he really is, because he's a bit of a strange man. But he definitely has the potential here to out-grapple and out-survive, I'm going to say. He's going to do a dirty points decision-esque fight. What do you guys reckon? You reckon he can actually knock out Paulo Costa? You reckon Paulo Costa could definitely knock him out as he comes in with a takedown? I just don't see him doing it. The only thing I would say for Paulo Costa was we haven't seen him in a while, so we don't know what new skill set he's got, if he's got a different kind of coaching technique with him, because saying he was drunk before and all this sort of thing, it's absolute, he got found out. Deal with it. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you reckon. It's a bit tricky to kind of predict this one because anything could happen. Obviously, it's a fight, but mathematically speaking, statistically, and using your eyes, Vettori is a much better mixed martial artist. He's a much better individual as a person. He's a weirdo, but he's not as crazy and as delusional as Paulo Costa. I think that's not working for him. Delusional fighters never go well. Vettori, for me, grappling, points. It's going to go 5 rounds. It's going to be a victory for Vettori. What do you guys reckon? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like the video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Check out all the other videos. See you in the next one. Cheers, guys.